My name is Brandon and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see in here, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button so you stay notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's get straight on with today's video. Hello and welcome back to another episode. So this is another review of the Traitors. This is now episode 7. So yeah, quite a short episode. Well, actually it was the same length as the rest of them, but in terms of my notes were quite short. So at the beginning of the episode, saw the reasons of who would potentially be scouted to be a traitor. The show showed us, obviously, Alex opening up the letter, reading the fact that she'd been recruited, and it was down to her whether she was going to obviously accept that offer or not. Amanda said that she would be a good traitor because obviously she wants to win the game, and like I mentioned in a previous episode, the fact that now her boyfriend was out of the game, she could now kind of play the game however she wanted to. Alex said that she needed to create a layer on top of her own kind of personality, whether she would be happy to lie, but she actually politely declined the offer. And yeah, she explained that after experiencing difficulty of being unfaithful, she'd probably find it even more difficult to be a traitor. So she wouldn't want to have gone through everything she went through to then actually be a traitor, because then people would have assumed she was a traitor the whole time, and then there would be, yeah. So she wanted to stay on the faithful side and see if she could, yeah, get to the end of the game. Obviously, after Alex declined the offer, Amanda said that they should have murdered instead. They should just act stupid the morning after when obviously everyone turns up, and Wilfred also added that they have to act surprised that they didn't realise that everyone was going to come back. Faye explained that she was worried about Maddie, and that she wanted Maddie to be a faithful, but there was something telling her otherwise. And Maddie also said that getting Alyssa out had probably spurred them on to find at least another traitor. Hannah said that they feel like they're winning a little bit, the fact that now they've got one person out. Amanda said to the rest of the people at breakfast that she was actually the one to win the shield, so she was obviously safe from being removed from the game. And Aaron said that either Alex or Andrea were to be murdered because they were the final two people who hadn't come to the breakfast. Aaron said that he thought either Alex or Andrea might be murdered. Andrea obviously straight in next. Wilfred said that everyone he thought was a threat was actually in the room now, so maybe that was kind of not the best thing to say, because now they're probably all going to come after him. So that was basically everyone apart from Ryan, Meryl, Kieran, Alex and Amos. So he basically just put the finger at everyone else. And then obviously everyone else came in, and both Alex and Amos also came in. So yeah, Alex was unsure whether she wanted to tell everyone about the traitors trying to seduce her, so she decided not to mention that at breakfast. And she actually listened to Aaron and his theory, saying that they've obviously tried to kill Amanda, with Ryan adding they've either done that or they tried to recruit another traitor, or they have actually successfully recruited another traitor. Alex said to the camera that she needed to tell at least one person, but she wasn't sure who the traitors were. So I think in this part of the programme, Amos said that he thought one of the traitors potentially could be Wilfred. Maddie said that she can kind of spot when people are putting on a performance, and Amos said that he wouldn't vote for Andrea. So Amanda, Faye and Meryl were all having a chat. Obviously again, Amanda being one of the traitors, trying to stir the pot a little bit. They were all thinking that Maddie was potentially a traitor, with Amanda knowing damn well that Maddie isn't, because she's actually a traitor herself, and she was basically thinking of ideas how to keep the limelight off of her by obviously getting people to think that elsewhere is the traitor. Ryan also said that he needs to start being more vocal. Otherwise he probably will actually be removed from the game. And then that's when Alex mentioned to Amos about the letter that she received from the traitors, about whether they would scout her. And Amos said that he said to the camera that he didn't think she'd be making that up. She hopes that he's trustworthy enough to not go and tell everyone else, and he's also hoping that she is telling the truth and is not triple bluffing him in terms of that she was a traitor to start with. She has actually converted to being a traitor, or she's trying to work out if he's a traitor and give them intel somehow. So they kind of trust each other without trusting each other, but they do trust each other. The next game that all of the contestants played, so there was 14 people at this point left, so it kind of revolved around them rolling barrels up and down hills, over bridges, through water, through a forest called the Finder's Forest, and then they were to arrive at the distillery with all of the barrels rolled over the line, counting towards the prize fund or the armoury. So there was a 1,500 barrel, a 4,000 barrel, a couple of armoury, so anything they could carry within their team of 14 that got over the line was counted. So in the end, they earned 8,400. There was 3 passes to the armoury, so 3 people had the opportunity to get a shield, with one of them obviously being successful, and they had 2 minutes to decide who they thought should get the shield. So at first I think they decided 3 girls, Andrea, Faye and Meryl, But then actually Amanda suggested that Theo should get the shield just because of all his hard work thus far, and probably because of his gameplay situation and being like the whole Imran situation, or probably just because he's had a bit of a difficult ride, or that he worked genuinely really hard in that last task. So they opted out Meryl and chose Theo instead. So it was Andrea, Faye and Theo that were able to potentially get a shield. Wilfred said that none of the three of those were on the radar at the moment, so kind of just it's fine for any of them to get a shield. They are looking at other people instead to remove from the game. When it came to the shields, Andrea didn't get one. We saw Faye and her really excited reaction when she did get the shield, which obviously meant Theo didn't either. So that just meant as long as Faye got through the round table, she was also safe from murder that night. I don't think she was a target anyway, but she had the shield just in case. And then Amos had another quick chat with Alex near the pool table, and he basically said to her that she has to mention what happened the previous night at the round table and to not let it go a day, because either one of them could be found out and or one of them could be killed that evening. So yeah, she just needs to mention that at the round table in front of everyone. And Aaron also said that Ryan's probably the most suspicious because he's obviously quite quiet. Ryan said that Faye started pointing her finger at him when he came at Alyssa. So is Faye maybe trying to cover for Alyssa that they're actually on the same team? Faye said to Ryan and some of the others that the traitors haven't got rid of her because they like her, and she's kind of not 100% sure about some of the others, whether they are or are not traitors, but she kind of believes Ryan that he isn't a traitor. Total pot as of now is 65,100. Alex explained to everyone at the round table about the letter she received from the traitors, and before actually explaining any further, she just wanted to see everyone's reaction. Andrea agreed that it was difficult for Alex to mention that, and also said that whoever did send her the letter was kind of who had the cheek to do that, basically. Amos kind of pointed a finger at Andrea, saying that she'd never been questioned, so kind of, yeah, wanted to see what people thought about that, and Andrea basically said that she could never be a traitor. This whole situation and this whole game has been very difficult for her, and she can only do the best that she can do. And then Alex said that she wasn't accusing these people, but some other names that were mentioned included both Ryan and Maddie. So what did they both have to say for themselves? And then Faye also accused Maddie of avoiding her, and that was the first day that she realised that she'd kind of stopped talking to her and kind of changed her ways of being around Faye, so that was kind of a red flag for Faye. And Ryan said to Faye that obviously he was faithful, and actually spoke up for himself to say, look, I'm not a traitor, and I know I've been quiet, but obviously he said that he was obviously bullied and he didn't feel like he was been able to take part in the challenges as actively as some of the others, but he's definitely not a traitor, and if they get rid of him again, it's just that wasted vote. And that's kind of what they all say, as they know they're on the chopping block, or as they know people are suspicious, they kind of have their line of, if you vote me out, you're going to be wasting your time or wasting your vote. And in the end, all but one has been in a vote where the votes have been wasted because I've only got one traitor out so far. And then when it came down to the votes, at the beginning it was kind of a mix. You had a couple of people voting out Ryan, a couple of people voting out Maddie, and a couple voting out Aaron. And then it seemed to be a lot of Maddie, Ryan in the end. Ryan had 7 votes for him to be eliminated from the game, including Amanda. She voted for Ryan. The other traitor, Wilfred, voted for Maddie, so they kind of just wanted to split between Ryan and Maddie, probably. He then revealed he was also a faithful. Again, everyone kind of was a bit shocked. And then, yeah, that left 13 people left in the game. Alex and Meryl both had a quick chat to say that it seems like everything's getting more difficult the closer that they get towards the end of the game. Meryl and Maddie actually had a quick little chat as well, and Meryl basically said that sometimes when people say things about her or are coming at her, she kind of takes it all personally, and she knows that this type of game you can't take things to heart because people are going to accuse you if you are too quiet, or you're too loud, or you're too good at challenges, or you say things in a certain way, or you don't say something at all. So they kind of had a little make-up session, and that's why I don't think Meryl voted for Maddie, but Maddie just said she voted for Meryl just to kind of, she wanted to put a vote in a different direction as opposed to just going for her usuals, who were Aaron and Wilfred. And actually that's a good thing that she didn't go for Wilfred, because now she's not even a target. As of now, that her name hasn't been mentioned in the next murder, so that's always good as well. And then, yeah, Aaron had a quick chat with Andrea, saying, well, Andrea said to him that it's going to get worse and worse and worse, and they both hoped that they would see each other the following day, which again they will, because again, neither of them were up for the eviction either. And then Wilfred and Andrea in the little traitor's den had a little chat, And they basically both came up with the idea. I think it was Wilfred's idea mainly, but they had to basically make the faithfuls dislike each other so that they would take each other out, with Amanda and Wilfred kind of being shocked every time and also trying to blend in as being faithfuls rather than being seen as, yeah, obviously the traitors. Again, they had the option to seduce someone else to become a traitor, but they thought after last night's way of not being able to recruit Alex because she said no, they didn't want to do that again, so they opted for murder. And they basically decided that it was either going to be Alex or Amos. Alex purely because of the fact that she didn't want to join the traitors, or Amos because he is her closest ally, so if they get rid of him, she's kind of back to being on her own again. And also both of them are very, very strong leaders according to the traitors. So yeah, we find out in this episode that either Alex or Amos is going to be removed from the game, and we also find out in episode 8 that the traitors will actually remove someone or a group of people in real life, in daylight. So whether they, I don't know, not sure if they go behind the scenes and pass a letter to Claudia and quickly join the game back again, or whatever happens, but yeah, we've kind of find out that in broad daylight they're going to get rid of someone as well. So I don't think it's going to be as obvious as can you step forward and give me a letter. It's more of just a can you slide the envelope, hope no one sees you and that you don't get caught. So yeah, that's kind of as it is as of now. So in episode 7 we lost Ryan, 13 people left, and we're about to lose either Alex because she said no to the traitors crew, or Amos because he is her closest ally and also a great leader. So yeah, that was a very interesting episode 7. If you did enjoy this episode, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Let me know down below if you've seen up to episode 7 or previous to episode 7. Who do you like? Who do you not like? Who do you think potentially could win? I think out of Amos, Alex, that it's probably smarter to get rid of Amos because he's obviously new to the game, so he doesn't really have much intel, doesn't really know much about what's going on, so he can't really be swayed, and it's just a quick get rid of him and let everyone else continue as normal. But if they were to get rid of Alex, then that's kind of a good brain cell they've got rid of from the game. But then people will wonder, okay, well it's not Amos. All the people that Alex liked or that liked Alex, it's not any of them. So they could then start coming after Wilfred and Amanda. So they just have to be very, very careful. So yeah, I think it's more smart to get rid of Amos just because he hasn't really been in the game much. Just get rid of him. He's an easy faithful that won't be persuaded to say or do anything. But also if they get rid of Alex, again, that's good intel they've got rid of from the game. But then it's just working out who got rid of Alex, who doesn't like Alex, who hasn't been as close to Alex as maybe the rest of them. And then maybe that might get people like Aaron out of the traitor thing because they knew that Aaron and Alex were quite close. So yeah, it could change things up. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I'll be back soon for another one. And until then, thank you for watching and goodbye.